Good morning, lovely people. So it's Suze, Crystal Wolf from Crowfire Talk. So we're doing a reading for Sunday the 16th of June, Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. That's just like some Nag Champa. There's just Nag Champa there. Oh, it will work. That's good. That's lovely. Breath of Odin there. Bit of Ansu's to get us going. So yeah, so I did my first one of these last week. It's something I'm going to do because I really enjoyed doing it. So I didn't have many views, but that's fine. But I really enjoyed it, so it'll be a nice reference for me to go back to. And the last week's reading was really interesting because I really could feel all those energies from the cards and the runes that I chose, or we chose, actually. Let's say that. So we're going to work with the same cards this week, but the cards and that are going to change. So when I feel like using something else, or when a card deck is calling to me or something, I do tend to stick with these two, the Sacred Path and the Medicine cards. If you watched last week, you'll know which ones I used. So we're going to shuffle, and what we're doing is we're just connecting in with the week from the 16th and seeing how the energies are going to treat us and what we need to look at and what guides and medicine that is going to be there to help us. So this is Odin here and the two ravens, his two ravens, beginning and running. And this happened last week. A card just fell out. And then I did it again and another card fell out. Do you know, I feel that's the one. So I'm not going to do any more with that. Okay, so our main feature of the week is Field of Plenty, Ideas Needs Manifested. So this feels a bit Inguzi to me, and I'm working with Ingus as my main focus rune for this lunar month. Let me just put my feet up. This happened last time. Oh, that's better. So yeah, so this card, it can be at the end of harvest, so the Field of Plenty, everything's come in, you've gathered everything. So this feels to me like this week is gathering together all the things that have come to fruition and maybe let go, or the things that are building to this fruition. And we've got the solstice on Friday, so that's quite cool. It's moving towards that. It's been really dull in the UK. I mean, the UK is known for its strange weather and being a little tiddly island, but spring wasn't really even like spring. And well, if this is summer, well, I mean, we've got some sun today again, which is always cool on a Sunday, but it's been really dull. And I was thinking about all the people that suffer from SAD and how awful it must be, because this has just dragged on, this dark grey, you know, hardly any blue sky. Luckily all the plants are, you know, blooming and stuff like that, but I mean, they must be confused because the weather's been so bizarre. We've had a lot of rain, but UK, we have a lot of rain. So it's not really the rain, it's the dull, and the lack of the sun shining has been quite difficult. So I don't know why I went into that. my mind went over there, so I went with it. So we've got the Field of Plenty, so we need to start looking at where we are, what we have prepared, what we have. It's taken me to the Rune Yarrow as well, of the cycles and the seasons, because obviously this would be harvest and that time of year. And I think there is an energy of harvesting what has already been in the last few months, because it's been a strange old time in the world. And I think this is like saying, like, let's just look. I mean, you can be celebrating what you've achieved already. Maybe you do like a list for the year and things you want to do. It's check in with that. Look what you've done. Let go of anything that has come to fruition and doesn't need any further assistance or work. So, I mean, this is sort of a time of celebration when you get this card normally. Everything that you've been working towards has happened. And I think last week it was an interesting week, because I downloaded loads last week. And I downloaded some stuff that brings a lot of my rune practice together. And I woke up thinking of some work I downloaded back in 2013 and had to scramble through all my folders and find the work. And actually it corresponds with what I'm doing now. So, I mean, that's taken a very long time to come to fruition from 2013. And I think that's also some stuff is like, look at things that, you know, you've put on the back burner. Is there anything around you that can then finish them, or do you need to still leave them on the back burner? It's that I'm feeling that sort of energy. So we're going to pick a medicine card, and I haven't shuffled them, and that's the card we got last week, so that's how I know I haven't shuffled them. So that was silly. I do like shuffling, actually, so I quite often shuffle away for ages while I'm thinking. I don't necessarily think about a question often. I normally put in a feeling and where, or a situation with feelings, and then that's how I normally work when I'm shuffling, rather than questions. I know questions can confuse people, because, you know, you don't want yes and no. Well, cards won't give you really yes and no. So but yeah, it's like trying to word a question. So I often go to feeling and sensing something, seeing. Woo, I don't know, that's not the card. See, that one flipped out, but I think that's the way I was shuffling. It doesn't feel like the card that goes with this. So sometimes I don't go with the card that falls out, and sometimes I do, like I did last week, with that Ideas and Needs Manifested Field of Plenty. Right, what medicine is going to help us with that? I think we're going to go with that one. Oh, we've got Antelope. So it's Antelope's about action, and so I feel that it's going to be more of take control, where the last week seemed to be more that it was happening to us, whereas this is like we've got big choice. We've got the choices, and we are making them. Not the universe is giving us stuff, and almost like the choices are made for us. It's this is a time that we need to step back into our power for us to move forward in the way that we want. So we look at all the things that we're harvesting and all the things that are around us, and we have to give thanks and joy and be grateful. But then we need to take action on the ones that we want to carry it a bit further and move forward, or let go of, or rejig and relook at in different ways. So we're going to ask the crystal cards what medicine they can offer us. Would be funny if we got the action card out. I think we had that last week, didn't we? Carnelian. I'm sure that was the card that came out last week. So as I'm doing this now, as I'm shuffling these, I'm looking at the Field of Plenty, I'm looking at the Antelope, I'm connecting in with those energies, and then hopefully I get a card that will correspond and help us look a little bit deeper. It's actually hurting to shuffle. My arm is so bad at the moment. I don't know what I've done to it, but it's not good. And I'm not enjoying it because it's... I mean, I'm in pain all the time because of the fibro, but this is different sort of pain on top. And it isn't pleasant, and I'm not happy about it. But I am doing things to help. So, right, I feel I'm gonna split that deck into 3, and I still want to go to the bottom card actually. Let's have a look what we got here. Put them back. Oh. And we got Sodalite Journey. So yeah, I think this is a real... I think probably... I keep saying I feel that it is the moving up to the solstice. So this week is a journey in itself, because whenever we're shifting from one holiday to a next holiday, next movement in the wheel of the year, next movement in cycles and seasons, next movement in that, I mean, it is a journey, and we're moving up to that space of the solstice. And, you know, the solstice is a time of celebration and connection with the seasons and the sun, specifically the sun. And Sodalite is a really interesting crystal, really, because it's quite overlooked. A lot of people call it like the cheap man's lapis, and it's not. It has quite a really strong energy of dreaming things into existence. You can use Sodalite to bring forth your ideas, and that's what we got there. So you can use Sodalite to go on that journey of dreaming that into space, whether that is something like doing a ritual where you do not a dream board, like a, you know, or a collage or something where you're putting forward where you want to go and how you want to go. And I can't think of the name of it. It's not a dream board, is it? Or is it a dream? Oh, a board with what you want, a manifestation board, you know. So you're putting something forward. It's really interesting that I can't remember the words. So that's I don't know what that's about. At the moment, I'm working a lot with this sort of thing of through collage. I like collage. I love soul collage. It's a really fascinating subject, but it's trademarked and they do it a specific way, and I don't have a problem with that. I think it's really cool, but I want it to link together my conscious and my unconscious. So I'm being quite conscious about what I'm choosing in the collage to mean something. And some I'm doing much more, I'm just, oh, I like that, slap it down, that's it. And then I go back later and then I read it. So you can do it as a reading. So it's really interesting. And I feel that that's Sodalite and that journey of going deeper into yourself and what you need to look at for you in the world, and what you want in the world, and what you want to put in the world, and how you want to move through the world. Sodalite will take you on that journey. It's a really superb crystal for that. Let's have a look at our wisdom from the crystal skulls. See what we get. This is a bit more of a sort of, it goes deeper than the one we had last week, but it's actually a bit more to the point. I think last week it was quite a yin energy. It for us, it was like we were a bit more passive and we were going along for the ride, and there wasn't much. We were on that roller coaster, and you know, we couldn't get off. It was, you know, we had the numbers of change, and we had 5 quite a lot throughout the whole thing. This one's funny because we've got 37 and 38. Oh, we've got loads of cards falling out, so we don't want all them. So that's just me not shuffling well. Yeah, so this is a bit different. So 38 gives us 11, which is, you know, universal connection. And then we've got 10, so we've got new beginnings. Right, let's have a look. Oh, that one is shouting at me. And we've got 45, so we got 9. The whales are light codes. So it feels like connecting in with like deeper aspects of whisperings from the universe, and bringing in that energy to move forward. So it's like we're in control, but we're still receiving those informations and listening for what is moving us forward. And also those energies are around us. Let's see if there's any keywords in there with that one that I can connect to. I don't use these cards for myself very often. So this skull is carved out of whalebone. So it connects us with like star beings. I mean, the whale is an energy of that deeper part of us, that real like DNA, star DNA energy. So this is saying it's light codes and gifting us their high frequencies to help raise our own. So that I'm not going to read anymore, but that is what I'm sort of getting, is like when we connect in with like our needs and our it's like connecting in with that deeper part of your soul, the soul yearnings, those energies that are screaming from deep within your soul. So you just know that you need to buy that book, or you know that you need to go on that retreat, or you know that you need, that's like soul screaming. It shouts at you, it's trying to awaken you, it's trying to give you that. And the universe floods us with that as well, which is great, because you know, when it's on the outside and we can feel it, but when it's coming from like that deep place within, that's when we really do move forward, because that's when we are truly listening and truly connecting with our real DNA, soul energy, our, you know, our whole soul matrix, really. So there's light codes around us helping us with that, and helping us shift into a deeper place within us. And then but then it's saying like we really need to take action. We really need to start doing that ritual to help lift our spirits. We need to journal this stuff. We need to go on the journey. We need to do the artwork that moves us forward. So it's all there for us to look at and go with, and we are being supported. Now let's do the rune. Blow on the rune, clear the energy. So what rune is going to help guide us with all this? I can think of quite a few that could really work with this. I mean, Wunyo for the celebration part and bringing that forward. Rado for the journey. Iwaz for that connection above and below and within, so without. There's many runes that would guide us, help to guide us. Let's have a look. Oh, that one. Oh, interesting. So we've got Issa, one of my favourite runes. This is my moon rune. So when a lot of people don't like Issa because they feel that it's the rune of being stuck and frozen and stuff. And I like to think of Issa as the rune to go within and journey and find the solitude and peace to then go forward. So there's a bit of a contradiction with action and Issa in certain way, but then the action is going within. The action is going in the stillness to pick up on the light codes that are going to help us and to take us on the journey. So Issa's here to say although we've got the action card, Issa is an action. So the movement maybe and the journey is maybe to go within more, to go with it. Well, it is that because we said that with the field of plenty. So we need to go in and look, what do we need to let go of? What do we want to take forward with us? And I think the shift is going to be Friday because that'll take us into the solstice, and then the energy will shift anyway around us because the energy always shifts. Also, I found that the time between going from one season or one moon cycle or one festival, one wheel of the year festival movement, there's some very funny energy around it. It's almost like, I think sometimes it can feel like a boredom, sometimes it can feel like a depression, sometimes it can feel like you just don't have a clue where you are. Where am I? What am I doing? Oh, nothing seems right, nothing feels right, I don't know where I am. It's because we're in the liminal space. And and I think the trouble with being a human is we always feel that we should be doing, there's the thing of we should be called human doings instead of human beings, because we very, very rarely in the modern world be a human being. And being means just that, being with yourself, being with your environment, being with the seasons, being, that energy. And Issa gives us that energy because Issa will take us right in. There's just for me like a small caveat with Issa, because I could go into Issa and I could stay there forever, and then there would be no doing, and that is no good. Because Issa, once you're in there and you're not frightened of the stillness and the peace and the isolation and the that aloneness, once you're not frightened of that, once you can connect to that energy, it is beautiful, and you just think, oh my God, I'm staying here, this is lovely, that I'm not connecting with all the energies in the world that are out there, all the chaos, all the chaotic energies, all the weather up and down, all the stuff that's out there. Issa is a sanctuary, and I find it my sanctuary. And but that can, you know, that can be dangerous if we stay there and don't come out to move. Because this is an inward journey. This is an inward journey, and I think it's just to prepare us for the solstice and the shift. Normally a few days before the shift. So we get this when we're using the runic wheel of the year, when we go from one rune into the next rune, when we come out of a rune into the next rune. It happens because the energy from one rune is dissipating, and there's almost like there's nothing before you get into the next rune, so it can feel unstable. Isa is really good, actually. It's a brilliant rune to actually stabilize you while you're going through that process. So I think that's possibly why Isa has come up, because maybe it's going to feel a bit as we head towards solstice on Friday. And then you know, as we start to connect right into that energy, you know, a couple of days after, then it starts to settle down, and then it's a fresh new movement. So it'd be interesting what the reading is for next Sunday, because we'll see how that's going. So yeah, so I think it is quite concise. I don't think we need any more. I think that's quite good. I think that just gives us yeah, just deeply connecting with yourself. It's building us up to the solstice. So it's like, take whatever you've harvested from now, because remember, now there's the shift, so things will change. So take whatever you've harvested in the beginning of this year, what you've brought forward, let go of things that you no longer need to carry on past the solstice, finish anything that needs finishing, and if you've got some things that need to stay on the back burner because they need more time, that's absolutely fine. You know, we got the action card, and this just proves it to me, because as soon as we got the antelope in action, I was like, it's moving, everything's moving. It's not moving. The action card is to go within. The action card is the stillness. I should have connected that when we got Sodalite, the inner journey, really. But yeah, so the action to take is to let the week build up to the solstice, and just do a lot of introspection, do some contemplation. If you get time to do some meditation on things that, you know, and gratitude, really important. Grateful for everything that's come to fruition, grateful for everything that you've done so far in this year, and then the next steps as we move through the solstice doorway, which is going to be lovely. So we're moving to the solstice doorway, through the solstice doorway on Friday, and then the energies will then shift and change, and they'll probably shift and change before we get to the reading on Sunday, and so that might come up in the reading next Sunday. But yeah, so that's that. So anyone who watches this, I hope it's of help. You may watch it in a year's time, but it'll have some it'll speak to you somehow. It doesn't, I mean, this is for this time now, this week now, but you know, that this energy is an ongoing energy that will happen again in the future. So if you see this in the future, you'll be able to take something from it, and it may speak to you in some levels. So thank you to everyone who watches the videos. I hope you enjoy. I hope you've got something from it. If you want to leave any comments in the comments box below, that would be great. If you want to let me know how last week went for you, did the reading help in any way? Was it completely different for you? That would be interesting as well. And yeah, so that's it really. Love and blessings. Take care, everyone. And yeah, thank you for being with me. Bye.